Happy Halloween in advance. If you'd like to book a Halloween reading, you can do so on my website. It's available until the end of the week, so make sure to book your reading till then. And we have a lot to talk about. We're gonna look at the week's energies, so we're going to do a general reading, and one person is going to receive a Halloween reading as well. So stay tuned. So let's start with the lottery. This is something that happens each month on my channel. I have the names of my supporters. We have 2 names jumping out, so that's an illegal move. So all my supporters, all my Patreon supporters, and people who are supporting me through my website are included in this draw. And if you'd like to be a part of it, please check the description for more details. But this month's winner is Gina. Congratulations, Gina. You've been a long-time supporter of my channel and my work, and your Halloween reading is going to be at the end of this video. But let's first start with the week's energies. So this is the last weekly reading that I'm doing. I'm stopping with this series of videos. I really enjoyed it while it lasted, but I'm more interested in filming timeless videos from now on. So this is the last one. Hope you don't mind. Starting from next week, the content of my videos is going to change slightly. But let's see what this week has in store for us. Okay, so this one is, again, pretty daunting and menacing. It's called Loss. Verlust. Perte. Gubitak. Perdita. Veszteség. So, we go through life continually losing things of great significance, and things that we barely even notice losing. And so it's a fact of life, simply, that we're continually dropping things, that we're separating from situations, from people, from opportunities on a daily basis. And like I said, some we don't even notice. But there are some that cut really deep. So I want to know where we stand with this theme of the week, loss. So what is being lost? Let's find out. And I also want to find out what we can do about it. So what is the guidance? All right. So Page of Swords. What is being lost? Information and the desire to obtain information. So this, to a certain extent, seems to me like a fatigue, a sort of apathy that is the result of overwhelm. And while in the past, perhaps you were ready to take the initiative to jump in and ask questions, the Page of Swords in this position is suggesting to me that you're kind of losing that momentum, and there's less and less engagement on a mental or intellectual level. And the guidance with the Hierophant is to trust the old and tried methods of gathering information. The Hierophant is a representative of the conventional world. According to many readers, the Hierophant could be analogous to institutionalized forms of religion or philosophy. It's a system that is rigorous and strict and dogmatic, and it diametrically opposes the youthful skepticism of the Page of Swords. There's a rebellious nature to this card, which makes it a very kind of endearing, but also dangerous to the Hierophant's dignity or authority. So what we're seeing here is kind of disillusioning, because we see a lack of interest in untangling the mysteries of life and of human interactions. The Page of Swords is losing his thirst for knowledge. He's losing his flexibility, his mental flexibility. Perhaps this is the end of an era, perhaps the end of a stage of life where the questioning stops, and instead it becomes more important to have workable, pragmatic models of truth that operate almost automatically in our lives, and that we can rely on. And there's a continuity that is more important than the innovative, novelty-seeking nature of the Page of Swords. So it is reliability, predictability, and structure that is prioritized over the exploration, mental and intellectual exploration of the Page of Swords. Now, this, to me, seems like a true loss, a loss of a perspective or an attitude that could keep you young, that could keep you on the edge of your seat, holding your breath, still being intrigued and fascinated by the world. So what is going on here? Because the guidance seems to be that this you could accept, that some part of you that used to be rebellious and curious is now becoming tired and is giving up. And the Hierophant is suggesting that it's okay at this stage of your life to accept some conventional truths without trying to break them apart and questioning them. So I feel compelled to draw another card. To better explain the Hierophant's position here. The Two of Pentacles. All right. So the thing is, true change and the evolution of your situation is not to be expected at this point from the uncovering of new information. So the Page of Swords is restless, inquisitive nature needs to be relaxed by the Hierophant's acceptance of some baseline truths. And so the Two of Pentacles represents the paradigm that change is the only constant, and that the change that you're participating in is mostly driven by these material forces which you have no direct control over. And it is your flexibility that makes you resilient. It's your ability to adapt that makes for a successful adventure. And in order to be maximally flexible, you sometimes need to learn to let go and accept the loss of some flexible parts of you. This sounds like a strange oxymoron or like a strange paradox where you become more flexible by accepting your own lack of flexibility. But this is what I think is going on here. And I could also equate it with the process of growing old and accepting the loss of elasticity in our skin, the loss of neuroplasticity, the loss of this ability to regenerate ourselves, our cells, our bodies, our organisms. And this process of growing old, it can be dealt with in a flexible way, but only if you accept that there are certain things that you are very rigid about, and it's just the way it is. And fighting your own rigidity just makes for more rigidity, when in the end, it is more important to go with the flow, even if that flow is against what you would envision to be an ideal situation. So basically, it's about acceptance of loss and how loss can turn into, if not a win, but something more manageable the sooner you accept it. All right, so welcome Gina and everybody else who wants to stay along for the ride and see what this reading type is like, and perhaps see if it's for them to book. This is a reading type that is centered around the theme of fears. So the first card is going to represent the current level of your fear. So let's see how scared you are at this moment. what is your relationship to fear, even? Because sometimes you can be, afraid and not care that you are afraid. It's a type of courage, I guess. Okay. And next, we are going to see what subconscious fears are surfacing or resurfacing at this time. What are some tools at your disposal at the moment to deal with the fears that are coming up? And what you can gain from confronting your fears. Okay, so your current relationship with fear, we have the Lovers reversed, is it? Okay. Subconscious fears surfacing, Six of Wands reversed. Tools at your disposal, the Page of Wands, and what you can gain from confronting your fears, King of Swords. Okay. Great. All right. So we have two reversed cards, and we have two cards that are upright. Wands, Swords, and a Major Arcana card. Okay, so the current fear that is showing, or the current level of fear, or your relationship to fear itself, the Lovers, which is a Major Arcana card, reversed, refers to the fear of a breakup or the loss of an important connection, perhaps with a specific person or just in general, losing contact with other people and suffering the loss of this bond, this nurturing attachment to others. So essentially, it's a fear of disintegration. What is in the subconscious realm with the Six of Wands reversed is a fear of failure, a fear of losing the appreciation and the positive regard in which other people hold you. So both of these are aimed at your relationship with other people and the feedback that you're getting from them. So it's very outward focused. And both of these are, I guess, most typically connected with low self-esteem. So especially the Six of Wands reversed, which is an aversion or an attempt to avoid failure and attempting to go through life not taking many risks as a result of that. So the fear is losing the appreciation or the value that you have for other people, and there's a deep subconscious fear of not being worthy, of not being considered successful or or good enough. So, what are some tools at your disposal that you can utilize against this fear or these fears? The Page of Wands is suggesting that there's a playfulness, a kind of an impressionable but fun-loving, somewhat immature, childish character within you who can be utilized in your strategies for coping with such fears. So whenever you fail or whenever there's a threat of disintegration, the Page of Wands can show up and make fun of it and mock it and lighten the mood. So a sense of humor, creativity, the ability to not take yourself seriously is one of the best tools in your toolbox, according to the Page of Wands. And there's also a humility aspect here. The Page of Wands does not claim to be the bearer of keys to the secret of life. The Page of Wands does not claim to be perfect or very knowledgeable, in fact. So there's absolutely no obligation to try and be perfect in the Page of Wands' world. Instead, the focus is on joy, getting joy out of the moment, experiencing life in its vibrant colors and many flavors, and enjoying the dance, the music, the party, the games that we can play here. So that's the Page of Wands' attitude, and that can actually be very constructive in fearful situations to not allow yourself to subscribe to this idea that the stakes are high, because they really are not. And actually, what you can gain from confronting the fears that are surfacing these days or these weeks, the King of Swords is actually showing up as the promise of gathering more data and better, more cohesive corpus of knowledge about how the world works. The King of Swords is an expert. He is ruling over the air realm, the realm of the intellect, of analytical knowledge. So actually, by allowing yourself to experiment and to fail and to make mistakes and to be silly, you're actually allowing for a learning environment in which you can really hone your skills in the arena of reasoning, logic, analysis. You can actually solidify a structure, a system of thought that was perhaps a little bit disintegrated before. So actually, this is the path of integration here, to laugh in the face of fear, of these types of fears, where there's a fear of failure, of becoming ridiculous. You can confront it by making the situation and yourself and these fears ridiculous first, so then it has no power over you. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Gina. Thank you to everyone else who decided to watch. Don't forget, the best way to support my channel is to book a rating, but you can also leave comments, subscribe to my channel, like this video. I appreciate all of that. So thank you guys, and see you next week.